Hey guys, welcome back to the Small Time Critics podcast. I'm 1/3 of the Small Time Critics. My name is Mo.
Kim.
Mohammed Hashi.
Guys, we are here for the review of The Killer, directed by David Fincher, starring Michael Fassbender. This movie came out in the film festival, right?
BFI.
Yes.
BFI Film Festival. Hashi, you got to see it at the festival.
Yeah.
And it came out on Netflix a couple of days ago.
Yes.
So
Friday.
Friday.
It's Friday,
Me
yeah.
and you got to see that on Netflix. Did you watch it in the festival?
No.
You watched it on Netflix, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I only watched half of it.
Yeah. I'm glad it came out on Netflix because it was
Whoa.
Wait, what did you just say?
What did you say?
I watched half of it.
You haven't finished it?
You haven't finished it.
I watched half of it.
Wait.
Yeah, I spoke to you though.
What?
Did I?
No.
Oh, sorry. Anyway. It's not that. It's not that.
Are you not?
It's not that. It's not that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
This guy's
Okay. But guys, yeah.
most of it.
All right, fine. We're gonna start off with a non-spoiler review for this, but before we get into it, guys, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Let us know in the comments what you think of this movie. Let us know what you think of David Fincher as a director, Michael Fassbender as an actor, all of that stuff. But non-spoilers. Hashi, I'm gonna start with you. Non-spoiler, please. What do you think of the movie?
An outstanding film.
How many times have you seen it now?
Twice.
Okay.
Outstanding film. For me, it's just David Fincher at his best. Like, really, really precise, well-crafted film. Fantastic action set pieces. A really, really great story. Themes of a man. I think this movie, the main theme and what the story's trying to tackle is the folly of control and pretending or a person's perceived, like, what do you call it, kind of like notion of them having control of life and being the master of the universe, because there isn't fundamentally that's not true and never will be true, because of all kind of extenuating circumstances of life. But without getting too heady about it, like, this is a movie about someone who thinks they have control of everything, and they slowly work out they haven't got control.
Yeah.
They are in pursuit of perfection and try to settle for excellence, and then even then they fall short and still make mistakes. And I just think the way the story unfolds, the narrative devices which are used to be able to communicate the inner kind of thoughts and machinations of the.
I don't know why I kept on thinking of Batman comics.
In a way, it's because of the voice and the kind of throughout the whole movie, the kind of constant narration.
Yeah.
But this was a fantastic film, and I felt the structuring of the kind of chapters as well was outstanding.
Mm-hmm.
And what a absolute.
So
feast
you
of the
loved it,
senses.
huh?
It's going to be up there on my my top 10 end of the year list. And again, it's just David Fincher, just back to his glorious best as usual. You know what I mean?
Kem, what you seen? What do you think? Non-spoilery.
I think it was an okay movie. I think it was a good movie. Again, I think I mentioned to you, this movie was done really like. There's an art to a voiceover and storytelling. There's an art of storytelling in this movie. If there was a continuous VO voiceover, narration.
Yeah.
The continuous narration. Personally, I wouldn't have to actually visually watch it. I wouldn't have to watch it.
Okay.
It was so well described that I felt every sort of scene or set up that was played out in this movie based on the narration. Even when there was like an abrupt stop in narration, which lend attention to the actual movie itself for you to take note. You know what they was taking note to based on the narration, so you didn't actually need the visuals. Visuals was amazing, though. It was brilliant. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, the narrations did it for me. And the way it was done and the way it was told. So again, credit, man.
Yeah, no, I F with this movie, man. I really like this movie. I thought pacing was great, even though I think for some people it dragged. But for me, I didn't feel like it was long. Like, at one point I checked how long was left, and it was like 20 minutes left, and I was like, oh my God, like where did the time go kind of thing.
I did that twice.
Yeah, really? For you, was it too slow?
At some points.
Yeah, sure. I get it. But like for me, it was fine. I thought it was shot beautifully. There's one fight scene I really want to talk about when we get into the spoilers. I can't wait to get into that one.
Oh my days.
But I thought it was great. I love that he's like an assassin that's kind of not perfect. It's kind of alludes to what you kind of say, but he's someone who does make mistakes a lot and things like that. And it's just, I thought that was really good in terms of like showing a character's flaws and things like that. But yeah, man, and the acting was brilliant. I just thought it was really well done. He was just an interesting character. I just wanted to know more about him.
And I'll be remiss if I didn't mention the Andrew Kevin Walker script, because the screenplay was so wonderfully written, and like it's so funny at times as well and stuff like that. And again, once we get into the spoiler section, you let me know, Mo, and I can kind of go into that in a bit more detail and stuff like that. But yeah, just an absolutely incredible film, and I'm just really interested to kind of get into the
it's hard to talk about this movie without talking about spoilers, so I think we should just get into it.
Okay.
So let me jump in, because obviously for the spoilers now, obviously if
spoilers or non-spoilers?
Yeah, so if you haven't seen it yet and you don't want any spoilers, please take this time to go away and maybe watch it, and come back and put a bookmark in this and see where you start, and come enjoy us, and
we'll
tell you how it went down.
Yes,
anyway,
sir.
So spoilers.
Sorry.
That kind of stopped me in my tracks. So it's like no. All right, cool. No. For me, at first I think how it started, I was like, okay, this is how we're gonna do this with the narration and everything. I was like, I fucks with this. I mess with this.
Yeah.
And then obviously the time I enjoyed. I think maybe it's me. Please, you lot tell me. The time it took for him to actually take the first shot from the set, from him being where he was, it showed me that this guy is really, he as Hash said, he's trying to perfect his craft as an assassin. So he's doing his due diligence. He was there for days, yoga, setting out for the right time, and on top of that, it just shows. It shows how great as a world builder that his entire surrounding, the whole I won't say the venue, but the city, the place where he is, opposite the target, the mark. Yeah, so he's preparing for the mark and everything. Everything's being used. From the electric moped, from like the actual building that he's in, everything's being used, and there's a purpose for everything. And I felt that was beautifully done. Yeah, beautifully done. I want to go on forward, but if you got anything to say in regards to that, I'll let you talk.
I just was I just want to ask you, could you ever do that job? It seems so boring.
No, the first line of the movie is
he explains it. I love it.
He says it's absolutely exhausting.
I love it. Yeah, I love that, bro. Like the way he explained it, and also to go into like how he's not perfect. Someone was about to walk into that room and find him there, and he was ready to shoot them.
And he left the light on again. Yeah. There's so much imperfection that you see.
Yeah.
And like to also get an insight.
Usually a movie with someone like that, it would be perfect. Kill.
Yeah.
I mean, so.
And like him also, we get an insight into what he wears and the reason why he wears. How funny that was. I modeled what I'm wearing on a German tourist, kind of thing, because no one looks at them. No one looks at them, yeah. And then him going to McDonald's and stuff like that, talking about how there's so many McDonald's in France and in Paris.
Bro, 15,000 or something like that.
Like, and it goes like you can get 10 grams of protein with €1. Just such great, bro, you know what I mean? Just set up.
Okay, I know I'm not trying to jump too far, but this guy and the movie and everything. This guy, I couldn't do this personally.
Yeah, medieval. Yeah,
because I would have died the first, the second, the third. I'm telling you. Shall I tell you why? Because I love the way he's like, okay, he's like, focus. What's the line he says?
He says, anticipate, don't improvise.
Don't improvise.
Yeah.
I was thinking to myself,
forbid empathy.
I would have felt sorry for the woman. I would have felt sorry for the man.
Yeah.
I would have felt sorry at some point for somebody and then they would have pulled it off. Bro, I would have felt short of the first one. Yeah. Because, and it's beautiful that his whole tone, his whole being sort of exude perfection.
Yeah.
Yes.
And professionalism.
Even the way he puts on the earphones, like the the earbuds into his ears. He just does it with such precision.
Everything.
Yeah.
The stretching is perfect. And it's all like, the form.
Fingertip
Yes.
push-ups. Crazy.
To then miss the shot.
Yeah.
Masterstroke.
Even the way he laid down on that table was just...
Yeah.
Yes. to miss the shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there being consequences. The consequences was irrelevant.
Yeah.
For me, when he missed the shot, I'm like, okay.
That was such a suspenseful scene as well, because it's like, okay, you kind of got him in sight, but you don't.
But he's telling you everything.
Yeah.
So it's almost like, those salesmen, they're like, oh yeah. They'll literally make you believe everything.
Sure, yeah.
Like, oh my God, this guy, I believe everything.
Yeah.
To find out that he misses the shot, because if you don't see him miss the shot and you move on from that, if it was a flash and then next scene, you would think he hit the shot.
He's such an unreliable narrator because throughout the movie he's made a huge mistake. Never once does he address it in narration. By the way, did you notice that?
Yeah.
And obviously, the fallout of him making the mistake, and you have Hodges, his handler.
It's almost like it's not his fault he made the mistake.
Him saying it was extenuating circumstances, basically, to Hodges at the airport, and then him immediately trying to get to the Dominican Republic, to his home and stuff like that. And then him, obviously, his paranoia, like stopping him from getting on the flight, that could have essentially, saved his girl. And I thought that was incredible. Like, and also the detail, and this is such great Fincherisms, where you have the glass on top of the handle he puts, and then you have the cover.
Listen.
And then him sleeping for the next 3 or 4 hours.
Fantastic. With just a knife.
With just a knife in his hand. Outstanding stuff.
But then the longer the movie goes on, the more imperfections are visible.
Yes.
He's sleeping in a car, waiting for a mark, and he's like getting up. It's like, come on.
Yeah.
You're meant, like, now we can see why you missed the shot. For me.
Oh, 100%. That's a really good point. And I think also, you see the fact that he then starts doing things that he would never normally do.
Yeah.
He's then he's moving throughout the story with emotion now.
Yeah.
And then that is communicated in the filmmaking, because this is such great
But
features.
it's brilliantly done, because with his missus, I guess it is.
Yes.
But like, I thought that was like, her face, to use Kem's word, is so turned over.
She was
Her face was so turned over that I didn't need to see the scene where she got beat up.
100%.
And I fully understood why he wanted to do what he wanted to do.
Yeah.
So like, I thought that was brilliant the way they did that.
And I think also, like, with that, you get understanding of, like, obviously his connection to her, and also the surroundings, because the Dominican Republic is not like 100% a built up kind of infrastructure, stuff like that.
Sure.
And you hear with the sound design and with the camera work, like the lights are flickering and stuff like that. You see all that kind of stuff.
When he came into the DR driving and you could see the beach and all of that stuff, I was like, I need to be there right now.
But listen, just before we get into it, just David Fincher is such a great filmmaker. Yeah, everything before that is all steady cam. You know what I'm saying? Everything's locked up. You know what I mean? The camera's not moving, and as soon as it is in the Dominican Republic and things start going wrong, everything's handheld, shaking around, stuff like that. And as soon as he gets to his yard, with that beautiful yard, you know what I mean, with right on the beach, stuff like that. Immediately when he sees the footsteps and the cigarettes, everything's, the camera's shaking. He's going crazy. He's getting a gun. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Everything's out of whack now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then the equilibrium's off. And then that kind of then sets us up for everything that he does afterwards.
So,
sorry.
No, I just want to say, I love that he went after everyone and not just like the person who did it.
Okay. Yeah.
But I want to ask you, the cab driver.
That's what I was about to say.
The cab driver. Are we meant to feel sorry for the cab driver, or was the cab driver in on it? I'm very confused about that part.
Okay, two things. I was confused.
Or is it like, because you were involved, you're complicit?
Yes,
I think so.
Is it that?
I think so.
Yeah.
That's I was having those questions, thinking, because he was involved, but then if that's the case, I had a problem with him and the end. You're taking him out, but you're not taking him out. So anyway, go back to before I get there.
Wait, hold on. So you finished it?
I'm joking, of course.
Why are you doing this?
It's so annoying. You guys, like, anyway. I wanted to thump him up after this, but
now
I can't.
The reason.
This guy's crazy, bro.
Anyway, bro.
Go ahead.
If I'm the taxi driver, I said take the left.
What did he say?
Take the left. I'm telling you
No,
now.
he's so calm. He just taps the gun.
Yeah, and he turned around and he said, oh, and he said, oh, do the cigarette, take the wallet. You know what I'd done? I'd say, you know what? When he said, take the left, I'd say, no, you're going to have to shoot me in front of everybody. No, I'm driving straight to the police. If you want to kill me now. Bro. I felt so bad for him. I didn't want him to die, but then the actual direction, the misdirection in how I see the misdirection on his demeanor made me feel that he was going to spare him.
Yes, same. I'm the exact same.
I was like, when he actually shot him, I was like,
yeah, it was shocking. Yeah.
And the absolute art and the absolute mastery of keeping me in that same state of anticipation every time he's just about to do a kill.
Yeah.
That I don't know if he's actually going to let this one go.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Even when he came to speak to Tilda Swinton's character,
I love Tilda
Swinton. Where they called a Q-tip.
Oh yeah.
I even thought, like, up until he did it, I even thought he might allow her.
Allow
her.
That's what I was saying.
We'll get into it.
Because he even, and I love the dialogue with them when she spoke like, you could have done this as like made it look like an accident. But you came here to kind of like, you wanted reassurance about this whole thing. Like, why?
You wanted closure.
Kind of and I thought that was, okay, I didn't think about that. That's really smart. Like,
bro, I just want to put out there, Tilda Swinton is one of my favorite actors.
She's great. She's great.
She's amazing.
She's fantastic.
I think she caught me from, was it 1,000 years?
3,000 years.
3,000 years of longing.
For me,
she's incredible.
I think one of my favorite films, one of the best written films ever made, Michael Clayton. She plays a real.
And I like your favorite film.
It's one of my. It's up there. It's up there. And she was incredible in that.
Yeah,
and
but
this, she was like, "Can you help old girl out,
bro?" Okay,
and the close up on the thing going in her head.
But that's being a craft. That's being a master of his craft.
Yeah,
because he knows certain tells. But then again, it shows the imperfection and the chinks in his character when he accepted the drink.
It's all emotion because again, in that scene, he's saying, okay, if I allowed myself to enjoy life.
But he did though. He took the drink.
No, but I'm just saying, like, he goes, it's basically kind of like a crossroads where he's seen what life could have been if he lived like her, whereas he is someone who literally eats for fuel. You know what I'm saying? He lives life only for the one purpose of being the best at what he does. And he sees someone who does what he does in the same line of work as him, but indulges. You know what I mean? Lives life. You know what I mean? That kind of thing.
What about the steroid?
We'll get to that.
Before him, I just want to talk about the lawyer.
Oh my! Chris Parnell,
and I'm guessing that's her assistant.
His
right?
assistant, yeah.
So first of all, that death was kind of brutal.
Where basically,
again, he miscalculated.
That death was brutal.
Because
thank you.
You see when he stapled when he nail gunned the laptop, and he was like, "That's just juvenile."
That's just juvenile. But Chris Parnell's so good. But Kem, say what you're gonna say.
He miscalculated. He in his mind, he think, okay, these nails to the chest, would render you sort of
a bit of time.
Yes, for 185 pound man.
And then you can see he's like
shit.
Oh, he automatically
miscalculated. Like that in itself was like mastery.
Yeah, exactly. and also it goes back to like, you don't know if he's gonna allow this person to live or not with the assistant. You think that because she's like,
I thought he's gonna let her live.
Yeah, and she even said like, listen, just if you're gonna do it this way so they can get the life insurance, my kids and that. But he just, as soon as he got wanted, breakneck.
By the way,
done.
This movie is so subjective because I think that was the one scene where we were like out of his point of view, and you see her screaming in the thing, and we get that wonderful shot of her with her hands restrained, and you kind of, it looks like a spider. Her hands. I don't know if you remember that in the cinema.
Yeah.
In the screen I was at for it, it looked incredible. Like her hands shaking like that. It's just such mastery and stuff like that. And also, just a quick point, the sound design in this film, outstanding.
Yeah, it was really good.
Outstanding.
It was really good.
And it was so funny because I did a bit of research because I'm not really familiar with music. But every single song that the killer listens to is a band called The Smiths, which is frontman by a guy called Morrissey, who recently, he's a bit of a controversial guy in terms of political views, stuff like that. But all the songs were like, whatever scene they were in, they had like kind of like a reason for being. Like, for example, when he's getting all the stuff to kill the lawyer, Hodges, the song that's playing is getting ready for a kill and stuff like that.
Okay,
I'm gonna kill my girlfriend and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It was kind of very funny in that way.
Alright, let's talk about Steroid Stan.
Oh my days!
I love the dog situation,
but
but again, he miscalculated that as well.
Yeah, no.
Listen, he fell on a plank with his cheeks was bleeding. His cheeks was bleeding. That was so. Oh my god!
By the way,
shall I tell you? Funny. It's not funny. Side story.
I can't wait for this.
You cut your cheeks, Kevin.
Oh.
The bloody cheeks.
Bloody cheeks. Oh no!
I can't take you in.
Oh no!
I don't even tell you though.
Please, someone cut this. Okay, yo, sorry.
See, that's
sorry,
him.
hey.
That's him.
I'm sorry.
That's him.
I'm sorry.
That's him.
That's a bit far, man.
That's a bit, yeah.
When I was younger, as a young kid, thinking that I could do everything.
Yeah.
Do you remember those newsstand? The thing that will
On the road.
Yeah, the newsstand, that little triangle thing, like the standing thing, yeah. And you'll put the what's on the news.
Oh,
right.
It's back in the olden days, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But anyway, when I used to jump over them, jump over them.
Yeah.
Ran and jump over this one on Askew Road, and I went on the corner. I went pop, but as soon as I landed, I was like, "That's how, bro." All I'm saying, yeah. So I landed on the side of it. The doctor said I was, I think, 2 inches away from tearing my anus.
Oh my goodness!
Bro, I couldn't sit down for weeks. So when that guy went, boop, I was like,
so your beehole was
I did not know what. Bro, it took me back, bro. PTSD. I was like, ugh.
What did the guy that says extra read all about? What did he do?
Huh? No. And this is why, yeah. This is why.
Look at me.
And this is why when the team is dismantled, yeah, it's because of these two.
Hey, I'm sorry. Can I just say though, yeah? Can I just say, yeah? I feel bad that happened to you because that's
so sad.
That's a fear of mine. Like, but yeah, the dog. Not in my luck. That dog would have jumped over the fence.
Yeah,
bro. Do you know how? Bro,
he busted the glass, Kim.
The dog was boom
through the glass,
and it was jumping. Pole pitch every time he jumped. It's like he's getting a bit high. But
yeah,
I'm thinking, bro, you've miscalculated a few times. This dog might come over and bite you.
Yeah. It was
unbelievable. But to be fair, like guys, just to go into that major set piece, because I think that's one of the best set pieces in Fincher's films. Period. I think one of the best.
I want to talk about how that's shot. It was shaky, but it wasn't the conventional shaky.
Yes.
There was something about it. It was like vibrational almost.
So it kind of reminded me.
It was so
did
well
you watch
done.
a movie called Upgrade?
Yes.
So it kind of reminded me of that, where the camera's kind of following the action, but it was kind of shaking at the same time.
It was weird, but it was cool, man.
But the choreography was incredible.
Yeah, really well
like,
done, yeah.
You got a real sense of like the fight and the fatigue and the mistakes that were made and stuff like that, and him absolutely just throwing him around like a ragdoll. We had a great bit of respite where he's behind the counter, the kitchen counter. He's trying to pull out a weapon. He gets a cheese grater.
Yeah.
That got a huge laugh.
And his face was like, oh my god.
But it actually did help him because
he used it well.
Because he threw it and then that kind of diverted his attention. So then he attacked him.
Yeah.
And then a great setup, by the way, at the very start of the fight where he, knowing that the guy is like so much bigger than him, he quickly just kicks his gun underneath the bed.
Yeah.
And just leaves it there.
Yeah.
I didn't think he kicked it there.
He kicked it there because I watched it twice.
It started happening, but he didn't let him get it though. And then he came back for it later.
He came back round for it and stuff like that. But it was so crazy. And then when he kills,
it was a good.
And then obviously that scene that was a bit PTSD for this brother. Like when in the cinema I was in, they absolutely went nuts. Everyone was like, I'm going, and obviously I watched it with Mark, innit? And Mark literally had to kind of like, I nearly stood up. Mark had to literally grab me to sit me back down.
Because it wasn't even like, it is the hit when he falls onto it, but also when he's walking and you just hear the blood splattering out from it. That was
just so crazy. Yeah, and then obviously when he eventually kills him, and then him running out the yard, and then that dog running through a pane of glass, by the way.
Yeah, that was mad.
It was just such an outstanding
Real
scene.
quick, go ahead.
No.
Claiborne.
Yes.
Why did he allow him, and is he going back for him that we just don't see it? What's going on with that? What's happening? What's your interpretation of that?
So I was a bit confused with that. Even on the rewatch, I was a bit confused because for me, I was thinking, has he left it? Has he let him live for a reason, kind of thing? I'm not 100% sure if that makes sense.
That was my issues, obviously.
Yeah.
Like he couldn't even leave the taxi driver to survive, but then you want to let this guy live the top of the head of the thing.
Yeah, I admit I was confused by that. Yeah.
But
I thought maybe he was going to go back for him. But again, I think
no, it was a warning. It was like,
yeah, because I think that. And also, we didn't really get an understanding of his relationship with his girl because we didn't even get a name or anything like that. So that was a bit confusing. But I think other than that, like you can't really complain.
Yeah,
this movie,
movie,
like sold you a bill of goods, and it made good on that, and it was incredible, man.
All right, guys, SEC score. Cam, what you saying?
8.
Hashi.
This film was so good, but then there was a couple of things.
Yeah.
It's very difficult.
This is a tough score.
I think for the balance of fairness, 8.5.
Yeah, I think I'll go with you. 8 is fair, I think, for me. So yeah, but no, great movie, man. I thought it was great. But yeah, David Fincher might be back. You know what I'm saying? We'll see.
He is back.
But anyway, guys, that was our review for The Killer. You know any last thoughts?
Nope.
Guys, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Let us know in the comments what you think of this movie. Go watch it. It's on Netflix right now. But yeah, let us know what you think. And share the videos with your friends. We'll see you guys soon. Peace.